खऱ्यानेच एक वेगळी अशी दिका एक वेगळो हावेस आणि उर्बा घेऊन आम्ही सगळे जमल्यात। सगळ्यात पहिली फुलां ही प्रत्येकाक भावता, फुलां ही प्रत्येकाक आवडटा आणि देखूनच फुलां आम्ही आमच्या मानेस्ता मेरेन पावोवंक सोदता। आणि हो फुलां विरोवपाचो सुवाळो आता आम्ही हांगासर घडोवन हाडुया। सुरवेक आमची डायरेक्टर स्वेतिका सचन IAS हांकां फुलां भेटयता। बाय अश्वेता हांव विनंती करता अश्वेता बाय की तांच्यांनी मॅडम स्वेतिका सचन हांकां फुलां भेटोवन तांचें स्वागत करचें। बाय नीता नायक हाका विनंती करता की आमच्या मदीं सेक्रेटरी स्टेट कमिशन फॉर पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटीज श्री ताहा अजीक सर आसा तांकांय फुलां भेटोवन तांचें स्वागत करचें। मारियाबाई विनंती करता की तांच्यांनी राजकुमार कामत आमच्या मदीं आसा अध्यक्ष लघु उद्योग भारती तांचें फुलां दिवन तांचें स्वागत करचें। अश्वेताबाई विनंती आसा राज डिसूजा आसा प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ गोवा चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज तांकां फुलां भेटोवन तांचें स्वागत करचें। आणि नीता विनंती आसा की आमचे दामोदर कोचकर हांगासर अध्यक्ष गोवा स्टेट इंडस्ट्रीज असोसिएशन तांकांय फुलां दिवन तांचें स्वागत करचें। फुलांचो फर्म प्रत्येकाच्या जिवितान पावलेलो आसा आणि हीच फुलां आमकां एक उर्बा दिता, एक हावेस दिता आणि हावेसान आमकां मुखार वचपाक जाय आनी तोच हावेस घेवन आमी मुखार वचुया। विनंती आसा श्री पाटणेकर सर हांची तांच्यांनी सगळ्यांचें स्वागत करचें, शब्दांनी स्वागत करचें। प्लीज।
Very good morning to everyone present. Director Industries, Trade and Commerce, Swetika Sachan Madam. Secretary, State Commission for Persons with Disabilities, Sri Taha Azik Sir. Sri Damodar Koskar, President, Goa State Industries Association. Sri Raj D'Souza, President, Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Sri Rajkumar Kamath, President, Laghu Udyog Bharati. Officials, industrialists, entrepreneurs, representatives of MSMEs and everyone gathered here. On behalf of the Government of Goa and the Directorate of Industries, Trade and Commerce, I greet everyone gathered here on the occasion of World MSME Day. Across the globe, MSMEs account for 90% of businesses, 60 to 70% of employment, and 50% of GDP worldwide. As the backbone of societies, everywhere they contribute to local and national economies and to sustaining livelihoods, in particular among the working poor, women, youth, and groups in vulnerable situations. MSMEs hold the potential to transform economies, foster job creation, and promote equitable economic growth. The MSME Day event aims to highlight their pivotal role and explore opportunities for their further advancement. MSMEs have emerged as the second largest employment generating sector after agriculture and are considered to be the backbone of India's socio-economic development. Today serves as a reminder that small enterprises provide sustainable development goals, encourage innovation, and provide a livelihood to millions. Aspects like access to finance and technology, ease of doing business, and better infrastructure have been the center of focus of the government to promote MSMEs. MSMEs create an inclusive and sustainable society through the creation of non-farm livelihood. They promote balanced regional development, gender equity, and create opportunities for people to use modern technology. The COVID-19 pandemic has been harsh for the MSME sector. Apart from the lockdown, they have been affected by disruption in supply chains and access to credit. Furthermore, lack of formalization is another issue that plagues the MSME sector. The state government, to help the MSMEs, has taken various steps, including implementing various schemes for manufacturing industries under the umbrella scheme under the industrial policy. Also, state-sponsored self-employment generation scheme such as Chief Minister Rozgar Yojana and Goa Tribal Employment Generation Program help people to start their own business. This, along with the central government's Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, provide opportunities to youth to become self-dependent. Under the PMFME scheme, A number of food processing units have been set up in the state, and seed capital has been provided to numerous beneficiaries. The government has also come up with the employment subsidy scheme to support the local cashew manufacturing units that employ Goans. To enhance credit facilitation to MSMEs, the state government is in the final stages to sign an MOU with CGTMSE Trust to extend up to 95% collateral-free credit guarantee to micro and small enterprises. To prosper, MSMEs have to have an online presence today and digitize their operations so that they can adapt to new market conditions and pivot their business accordingly. We are organizing today's program in partnership with the State Commission for Persons with Disabilities with the theme Employment for Persons with Disabilities in the Private Sector. Under the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016 and the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Rule 2017, there are certain obligations of companies towards persons with disabilities. The same will be highlighted in detail by our keynote speaker from the Commission today. I hope that today's session creates an awareness amongst the companies towards this important topic. With this, I would like to conclude by once again welcoming everyone and wishing everyone on the occasion of World MSME. Thank you.
सगळ्यांचे स्वागत झाले आसा. हिमांशुबाबान MSME चे कार्य जे नेटान मुखार सरता ताचो पुराय सारांश आमचे कार्यावळींत घेतलेलो आसा. खऱ्यांनीच MSME ही एक प्रकाश दाखोवपी आमच्या तरणाट्यां खातीर एक उजो दिका दाखोवपी एक बरी अशी संस्था आसा आनी कार्य आसा. खऱ्यांनीच हे कार्य आमी मुखार व्हरपाक जाय. MSME जशें आमकां प्रकाश दिता तशेंच आमचे जिणेक प्रकाश हो खूब गरजेचो आनी प्रकाश जेन्ना आमचे जिणेक मेळटा तेन्ना आमकां नेटान मुखार वचपाक बळगें मेळटा आनी ह्याच बळग्याच्या मार्फताचेर आमचे जिणेन आमी जायत्यो बऱ्यो गजाली करूंक सोदतात. सामकात सुंदर अशी पारंपारीक दिवली आसा. ही दिवली आमकां रावता त्या दिवलींतल्यो वाती खोजयल्यो जावन ताचो प्रकाश आमच्या प्रत्येकाच्या जिणेक पावचो अशें आमी देवा लागीं मागुया आनी विनंती आसा सगळ्या व्यासपीठावयल्या मानेस्तांक की दिवलेल्यो वाती खोजयल्यो वच्यो. I request ma'am to kindly light the traditional lamp.
Just a minute.
दिवलेल्यो वाती जेन्ना खोजयल्यो जाता ते हावेसार एक उर्बेन आनी ह्या उर्बेन आमकां मुखार सरपाक जाय. आमकां मुखार वचून जायती दिका काडपाची आसा. आमच्या मदीं आसा स्वेतिका सचन मॅम, डिरेक्टर फॉर इंडस्ट्रीज ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स तशेंच सेक्रेटरी स्टेट कमिशन फॉर पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटीज श्री अध्यक्ष लघुउद्योग भारती श्री राजकुमार कामत, प्रेसिडेंट Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry Sri Ralph D'Souza and Adhyaksha Goa State Industries Association Sri Damodar Koskar. सगळ्यांचे मनाकाचा जावन देव बरें करूं. MSME हो संवसारांतलो एक मुख्य असो घटक. After agriculture, MSME sector अंदाजे,
and I'm proud that I am one of the MSME who after working for some time decided that now I should work and try and employ people instead of looking out for a job of myself. So basically this particular kind of a breed, which we call as MSME or an entrepreneur, these days it's little rare to find, especially in the manufacturing sector, unfortunately, as far as Goa is concerned. But these people, MSME, are not only manufacturing, they are right from, entrepreneur who you might have seen on the roadside, they will start something and slowly they will build up and go into higher ups. Now this is a very encouraging to see that these people don't settle for a job or don't go and look out for the job. And they are such people, various situations comes. And they are always, in the morning time, they will be always fighting out something or the other. May it be with a government office, may it at their workplace, may it with the labor, whatever. But they don't give up. And basically these small enterprise, what we call, they manage everything in their enterprise. Right from accounts, for purchase, everything. It's a one-man show. And we should promote such people. And how this promotion can happen? Basically, what happens? Any child imitates his father, the people who have done well in that sector. So this is our duty. Even government side, we are getting a lot of support these days now with dynamic people like in DITC, Svetika madam, and I would also mention about MD Abhishek. And after so much persistent follow-up, now entire government machinery, including CM, Industry Minister, IDC Chairman, are supporting us. I should not forget the EDC also. See, EDC, there are so many schemes in EDC, but many of us are not aware and we are not able to transcend this to the people, new generation. Now, what is being taught in a schools or a colleges basically is you get a degree and you search for a job. And most of the Goans unfortunately want to have a government job. This scenario has to change now. And people, we should encourage these people to go and start their own business. It may be smaller business, bigger business. So many support is there. Even from the central government, so many schemes are there. I think in this today's session, they will be highlighting. And Mr. Parimal also has come. So he is like a supporting us, many different way in JIDC. Like so many days we were having an issue. So these MSME people are the people whom we have to support. Now existing people, unfortunately, due to COVID, so many industries have closed down. Now there has to be a good effort to revive this. If these people cannot restart, then we have to find out a way for the new people who are interested in taking over to come, to allow them to take over in this matter, so that we can see maximum activity happening in the industrial estates. Basically, MSMEs, the main pain point of MSME is there is not much support as far as technically also, because as I said earlier, he has to look everything for himself. If as far as the associations are concerned, we are supporting certain MSMEs to get their issues put up to the higher platform and get it sorted out. May it the infrastructural issue, may it the compliance issue, may it the ease of doing business issue. Also, we have to also see that there are certain MSMEs who are producing certain things which are also useful for the government. We have to promote that also through the government. Many of the government tenders basically are the huge tenders which are composite tenders which contributes all the items, and the MSME has to depend on the contractor who finally gets the tender. There has to be some way we should say that these items basically which are produced in the state has to be sourced from this MSME sector. These kind of small things, if we support and if we make them feel that government and the other machinery is there for them and will support them all the while, then the new generation of people will dare to step out and start their own businesses. This is my, on this day, we should make that vow for ourselves that we, encourage at least 2 or 3 people to start their own businesses. And this is a way it will be possible to take care of the unemployment also what we are talking. Many people are only waiting for the jobs. This situation shall come. See, even if one MSME comes, he can employ at least 5 to 10 people in his smaller unit. Or so these kind of thing we have to encourage. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the DITC for organizing this event and considering MSME, as he said, MSME is the main contributor to the state as well as the country and as well as the world economy. Because of the MSME, and they are able to withstand the various tides. Smaller, their resilience is such that even if during the COVID, many people didn't have a job, they somehow managed to tide over. And this is a very encouraging thing that the ITC thought of having this program here. I wish everybody, all MSME, good future, and thank you very much.
थँक यू व्हेरी मच सर. कोष्कर बाबा खूप बरें सांगला की आम्ही प्रत्येकान MSMEच्या माध्यमांतल्यान मुखार सरपाक जाय. सरकार ताणें उल्लेख केलो की सरकार जायती मदत करता. आम्ही नोकरीच्या फाटल्यान न धांवता. प्रत्येकान समजा MSME ह्या सेक्टरान समजा पावल घाले आणि तयार केले जाल्यार ही जी चेन आसा ती मुखार वतले अशें तांच्यांनी मुद्दाम आवर्जून हांगसर सांगले. थँक यू व्हेरी मच फॉर युअर लवली वर्ड्स. श्री कोष्कर हे बाय प्रोफेशन प्रोडक्शन इंजिनियर आसात. वेर्ना हांगा स्वतंत्र तांचो व्यवसाय आसा. वेर्ना इंडस्ट्रियल असोसिएशनचे सेगीत 2 वर्सां ते प्रेसिडेंट आशिल्ले. विनंती आसा आमच्या मदीं मॅनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑफ गोवा इंडस्ट्रियल डेव्हलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशनचे MD आयिल्ले आसा श्री प्रविमल अभिषेक IAS. विनंती आसा तांचे फुलांनी स्वागत करचें प्लीज. देव बरें करूं. MSME सेक्टरात आयचो दीस हो खूपच खोशयेचो आणि आपली खोस व्यक्त करपाक हांव विनंती करता GCCIचे प्रेसिडेंट श्री राव डिसोजा. ही इज अ चेअरमॅन ऑफ डिसोजा ग्रुप हॉस्पिटॅलिटी बिझनेस रिसॉर्ट्स ट्रॅव्हल एजन्सी आणि टूर ऑपरेशन ह्या सावा क्षेत्रांत तांचो वाव आणि ते सक्रिय आसा. सर प्लीज.
Good morning, respected Ms. Swadika Sachan IAS, Director of Industries, Trade and Commerce, Mr. Pravimal Abhishek IAS, MD GIDC, Mr. Damodar Koshkar, President, GSIA, Mr. Rajkumar Kamath, Executive Director, BNI, Goa, Mr. Taha Aziz, Secretary, State Commissioner for Disabilities. Greetings from Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In India, MSMEs contribute nearly 8% of the country's GDP and around 45% of the manufacturing output, and approximately 40% of the country's export. It won't be wrong to refer them as the backbone of the country's economy. This year, MSME Day theme is how to empower MSME through financial innovation for sustainable development. MSME contributes 33% of India's GDP. Finance has always been a pain for the MSME, and hence the theme this year to help them. I take this opportunity to congratulate our Honorable Chief Minister for aptly introducing the Mukti Mantri Modified Interest Rebate Scheme to support Goan MSME. This is the only scheme in India which disburses loans at a minuscule interest rate of up to 0.5% based on certain criteria. EDC is honored to serve all the MSMEs to avail this fantastic opportunity. Finance is available, and for last 10 years that I'm involved in EDC on its board, we have made every effort to attract young persons, young MSME, young entrepreneurs to come and avail of the facility that are available with EDC. And nowhere you'll get interest rebates for MSMEs like the ones that are offered by EDC. This is not only for you all, but please pass the word around so people who are struggling for finances can come and avail and prosper. The Government of India has introduced MSME or micro, small and medium enterprises in agreement with Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act of 2006. These enterprises primarily engage in the production, manufacturing, processing or preservation of goods and commodities. MSMEs are an important sector for the Indian economy and have contributed immensely to country's socio-economic development. It is not only generates employment opportunities, but also works hand in hand towards the development of nation's backward rural areas. According to annual report by the government, there are around 6.5 crore MSMEs in India. The proposal was made to redefine MSMEs from Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Amendment Bill 2018 to classify them as manufacturing or service providing enterprises based on the annual turnover. Now, by this amendment also we see that a lot of enterprises in service industries are also brought within the ambit of MSMEs, and they can avail all the facilities that the industry, small industry avails of. I would like to state the few highlighting features of the new MSME. I'm talking about the Self-Reliant India Scheme of 2020, a provision for collateral-free loans to MSMEs, an arrangement of loans to MSMEs worth rupees 3 lakh crores, an offer for MSME to get a moratorium period of 12 months, consideration of manufacturing and service MSMEs as the same entities. MSMEs is granted a repayment tenure of 48 months and MSMEs are assured 100% credit guarantee. All these reliefs help the MSMEs to tide during the difficult days of the lockdown period of COVID, when things were really bad for the industry. The struggling industries managed to keep their nose above water, and these are the schemes that prop them up. And with the spirit of enterprise of the young entrepreneurs and others has assured the survival of this industry. Since formation of the MSME segment MSME segment has proven to be a highly dynamic Indian economic sector. It produces and manufactures a variety of products for both domestic as well as international markets that help promote the growth and development of khadi, village and koi industry. They have collaborated and worked with concerned ministries, state governments and stakeholders towards the upbringing of rural areas. They have got the power to penetrate the rural areas where the people actually require jobs and where the economic development is slow, and they help to expedite this and thus bring prosperity not only to the entrepreneurs but all those who are around. MSMEs have played an essential role in providing employment opportunities in rural areas. They have helped in the industrialization of these areas with a low capital cost compared to the large industries. Acting as complementary units to the large sector, the MSME sector has enormously contributed to socio-economic development. We'll see that this sector is very important for economy and for economic development. Across the globe, MSMEs are accepted as means of economic growth for promoting equitable development. They are known to generate highest rate of growth in the economy. MSMEs have driven India to new heights through requirements of low investment, flexible operations, and capacity to develop appropriate native technology. MSMEs employ around 120 million persons, becoming the second largest employment generating sector after agriculture. So you can see the importance of MSME. Agriculture is where the bulk of our population is employed. But very few people know that Immediately in the steps of agriculture is the MSME, who play the role of massive employment generators. With approximately 45 lakh units throughout the country, it contributes 6.11 of GDP for manufacturing and 24.63 of the GDP for service activities. MSME Ministry's targets to increase its contribution towards GDP to up to 50% by 2025 as India moves ahead to become a 5 trillion economy. Contributing around 45% of the overall India's exports. So MSME does not stop in India, but also goes overseas, so the distance shows. And we see that the bulk of the exports from India through MSMEs, that's 45% of the total exports. MSME promotes all-inclusive growth by providing employment opportunities, especially to people belonging to weaker section of the society in rural areas. The Indian MSME sector provides silent support to the national economy and acts as a defense against the global economic shocks and adversities. Hence, we can say that India is propelling towards a robust global economy through a silent revolution powered by MSMEs. MSMEs are not very flashy. The big boys normally hog the limelight, but MSME is the wind behind the sail of the development of the country. And we see that if we are going to move towards a 5 trillion society very soon, economy, it will be the MSMEs who will be the prime movers. With this, I thank you all very much for giving me the opportunity for addressing this August gathering. The Goa Chamber tries its best to help all MSMEs, the members as well as non-members, by taking issues to the government. It works with suggestions and drafts of policies, as GCCI believes in always working with the government and against them. In fact, GCCI had an Invest 2022 meet, which was supported by the Directorate of Industry and Government of Goa. And I'm proud to say that there are 4 of these industries that are on threshold of production. They have been handheld regularly and without any exceptions by the chamber, by the members, in order to make this happen. In fact, just today as I speak, there's a gentleman who has flown down from Netherlands. This is Spirits. This is second trip. He wants to invest in Goa. He was referred to the chamber by Invest India, with whom the chamber works very closely, and we have offered the Honorable Minister Piyush Goyal, when he came here, a table at the chamber, and he has accepted it, and we have just received his acknowledgement. Such is the enterprise that are looking to come to Goa, and these are the enterprises that are going to help in building a prosperous economy in Goa. Once again, thank you all for being a lovely audience, and a big God bless to all of you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your lovely updates as regards to MSME overall in country. खूप देव बरें करूं. With permission of chair, थोडासा एक कार्यक्रमात बदल करता. आमच्यामध्ये IAS प्रविजल आसा, तांकां विनंती आसा की तांच्यांनी आपले भाशण करचें, तांकां एक ल्हानशी मीटिंग आसा, ताका लागून थोडेशें तांकां बेगीन वचपाक जाय. सो आय रिक्वेस्ट प्रविमल अभिषेक IAS to kindly guide us, sir, please.
Respected Smritika Sachan ma'am, Director of Industries, Trade and Commerce, and all the industry bodies heads present on the dais, and also all the members, other dignitaries who are present on the dais, and all the members who are here today, colleagues from DITC and also GITC, a very good morning to you all. First of all, I am so glad that today this meeting is being organized as a part of the World MSME Day, especially with the theme on focus on employment for persons with disabilities. So I would like to briefly tell some of the activities we are trying to do, initiatives that we have taken at GITC with the support of DITC, and how we are trying to together help the MSME sector in the state of Goa. The first and foremost step is that we have launched a program called IDC Connect, wherein we had this idea of bringing the governance to the doorstep of the industry. So we have visited far-flung industrial estates like even Cancun also, where if there is any grievance particular pertaining to any transfer issue or sublease issue or any electricity or NOC whatever issues, people might have sometimes travel all the way till Panji to get their issues resolved, to get their grievances heard also. So in order to avoid that problem, we started going from estate to estate. As on today, we have covered almost 18 estates of the Goa, state of Goa. I think only 3 estates are remaining to be covered through this IDC Connect program. Now, a part of the program, right from the day one, for every industrial estate was the active participation of DITC. And the staff from DITC were present in every IDC Connect program with a dedicated stall exclusively meant for MSMEs. Because the state government offers a number of schemes for the MSMEs, and in order to ensure, I think during the MSME Adivation program, we had a discussion, panel discussion on how to better implement or better how to make people more aware of those schemes. So as assured in that Adivation program, we had set up counters in every industrial estate, called people and made them aware of the schemes that are available for them from the state government side, and there has been a very good response for that also. And we will continue to do this, and we will always continue to facilitate the implementation of various schemes that are there for MSME through IDC functionaries also. Second and most important thing that I have recognized in IDC is the issue of non-functional units. So we had conducted a survey across all the industrial estates, and we have identified that around close to 600 units are not functional in many of the industrial estates. And a unit being non-functional is a natural part of the business. That somebody might want to today start making shoes, but because of the market conditions, his business might not run properly, or his product might not be to the taste of the public, and therefore his business might run out of the he might run out of business, or he might want to shift to some other business also. So a unit becoming non-functional is a very natural part of an industry's existence. So therefore, recognizing that part, we are not looking at it like some sort of a penalty or some sort of a violation or an offense, but rather seeing it as a natural part of the business course and ensuring that there are enough exit opportunities for such people who want to exit from the business. So at IDC we have come up with 3 to 4 strategies. The first strategy is to give them some sort of a relief and then encourage them to change the business activity to something else. So we have announced this amnesty scheme called the COVID-19 amnesty scheme, where the penal interest on premium, on the interest on premium and also on the lease rent, we have brought it down to 5% from whatever is the existing rate, so that industries, especially MSMEs, can avail that benefit. And if there are any pending dues, any defaulters who are awaiting to clear their dues and then transfer that non-functional unit to somebody else, this is a very good opportunity. We had consulted every industry body before formulating this scheme, and by taking suggestions from them, we ensured that there is a flexibility in payment also. So we have given the option to pay it in installments or on a single payment. So this way we are hoping that some of the units might want to clear off their dues, exit the business, transfer it to some other prospective entrepreneur, or change the activity and start a new business. The second option is obviously already available in the IDC regulations, where if your business is not going ahead, you can transfer your built-up area and your leasehold rights to some other who wants to set up the unit. We have also noticed in this process there are many people who want to sell their built-up area and leasehold rights, but they are unable to find buyers. So we are trying to now aggregate all such people who want to sell off their assets, and then we want to facilitate that transaction of transfer, so that whoever is a prospective buyer of this plots or the built-up area can have immediate access to information as to where are these plots and who are the people who want to sell off these built up areas and at what price they want to sell off. So this kind of facilitation by IDC is what we want to do, either by giving some sort of a newspaper advertisement of all the interested sellers, or by putting them at on some sort by sharing such information with all the industry bodies. The last thing, of course, is to surrender the plot. So we are obviously very seriously working, taking action on all the units who are not at all using any of these options and then simply sitting the idle. We do not want even one plot also to be remaining idle, because the opportunity cost of it to the state is very high. One plot remaining idle means that one entrepreneur who might want to set up a new unit, or an existing entrepreneur who wants to expand a business, is getting blocked by that idle unit. And one idle unit obviously is also going to create losses in terms of jobs. So that is what we want to avoid. And therefore we will work seriously on this, and I hope all the industry bodies present here also will agree with me and will support in ensuring that we give a turnaround or ensure that these non-functional units are exiting from the business. Then the third thing is that we have also noticed that the existing sublease regime requires a bit of reform. There are many units where there are built-up areas, and the primary function of the allotee has become only to sublease the built-up area and not anything else. So we are also bringing a reform in the laws, wherein we are allowing the sublease only if the existing unit is functional in that particular place. And in case somebody is not functional, we are capping a maximum limit. As this suggestion has in fact come from the Laghu Udyog Bharati, that we should give a maximum one-time opportunity of 5 years to sublease a particular built-up area for 100%, even if the unit is not functional, and beyond that it will not be permissible. So this way I feel that there is enough flexibility, enough consideration for the existing entrepreneurs, at the same time balancing opportunities for the new entrepreneurs who want to come in and set up their units. In addition to this, we have also received a lot of suggestions from the MSMEs and also the industry bodies. At IDC this year we are planning to organize MSME Expo for all the MSMEs which are present in all the industrial estates, so that your products can be showcased to other sectors of Goan economy itself. Like tourism is one big sector where they will be requiring a lot of products. Other industries also, big industries also might be requiring products. So we are planning to organize a sort of an MSME Expo where all the MSMEs can showcase their products, set up stalls, showcase their products, demonstrate your capabilities, and ensure that there are certain forward linkages that you can build with other industry ecosystems which are present in the Goan state. So this is one thing we are trying to do. Apart from this, we are also in the process of simplifying the acts, the rules, and also setting up a new portal for Goa IDC, so that the overall ease of doing business improves, and anybody who wants to start up the business will henceforth not be required to to look at so many number of forms or applications. Instead, we will try to have a very simplified application forms, simplified procedures, so that as far as the IDC transactions with MSMEs are concerned, I will assure that these transactions will be as simple as possible and as faceless and digital as possible. Last but not least, we all have importance. We understand the importance of the infrastructure. Recently, we have, the state government has come up with a logistics and warehousing policy. With that policy, I'm sure a lot of MSMEs who might be requiring warehousing spaces will also get benefited out of that policy. As per the new policy, logistics and warehousing will also be given industry status, and we will be working very aggressively in the next couple of years. By 2024, 2025, we want to ensure that every industrial estate has certain minimum assured infrastructure that is available in every industrial estate. So that is the goal and that is the vision with which we are working, and I'm sure if we collectively work together, if the industry bodies are together, and if this kind of support we can get from DITC, I'm 100% sure that we can give a very good turnaround, make Goa a very attractive investment destination, and create more opportunities and jobs for the local Goan youth. So that is all from my side, and I thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity. Due to some unavoidable circumstances, I have to leave a little early. But I really thank and once again congratulate DITC for organizing such a wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable information. देव बरें करूं. EP कामत समूह मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियर आशिल्ले श्री राजेश कामत हांका विनंती आसा आपले मत ताणें व्यक्त करचें. लघु उद्योग भारतीचे ते प्रेसिडेंट आसा. वायब्रंट गोवा फाउंडेशनचे ते चेअरमॅन आणि IPB चे ते सदस्य आसा. सर प्लीज.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Special wishes to Madam Shwetika Sachin, the Director of Directorate of Industries and Mines, Industries and Commerce, to the Secretary of State Commission for People with Physical Disabilities, Mr. Kochkar, my friend and President of GSIA, and of course our mentor and guide, Mr. Rahul D'Souza, President of CCI. Special wishes to you all. Friends, first and foremost, I would really like to congratulate DITC for taking the lead in organizing this event on the MSME Day. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I think she deserves a big round of applause. If we try to take the nemesis of MSME, I think it all starts with a job seeker changing the mindset to be the job creator. If we look at it, there will be some of us in the MSME sector who may have straight away started into business, but most of us have possibly gone through jobs. We have not been happy, we have not been satisfied with what we are doing. We feel we need to be our own bosses and we start an entrepreneurial venture. That's how from a job seeker we move on to job creator. And what a change it makes, both mentally for the entrepreneur and for the society or the community, because the impact it makes. Every job creator ultimately creates jobs, and that is what is required today. Again, when we talk about MSME, it refers to micro, small, medium enterprises. I do believe that the mindset of each and every entrepreneur has to be to grow substantially. So a micro should work on becoming at least small, a medium, and from medium to large. Unless we have that sort of a mindset and a goal, we would be doing our day-to-day things and we would be where we are, just surviving, just struggling to survive. Now, in order to do this, of course, there is a lot of support required, and I'm extremely happy that ease of doing business, which was being talked about for a long time, today in Goa, with Shwetika Madam at the Directorate of Industries and Mr. Abhishek at GIDC, okay, have come like oases in the desert, okay, with absolutely positive intentions of helping industry, with very clear ideas of actions to be taken, just like Mr. Abhishek explained the various actions being taken by IDC. We are now finding a change. And I do believe with this sort of a combination, the MSMEs, it would stand in good stead for the MSMEs in the days to come. MSME by its very nature, in fact, I think the contribution of MSMEs was explained during the intro, as well as our mentor Ralph has talked about it in detail. One of the strengths of MSMEs is the flexibility, okay, which the bigger companies do not have. Second, of course, is the density of jobs. For the same investment, the job, or even in the same area of land, the jobs that MSME creates is much more than the jobs that a large company would create. Because large companies tend to go for automation quite a bit vis-a-vis MSMEs. So MSMEs therefore are, I would say, job engines, okay? And therefore need to be encouraged with whatever might the government and others may have. Today, we have GSI, GCCI who are doing a yeoman's job, continuously working with the government as far as the ease of doing business is concerned. We at Laghu Udyog Bharti, we had organized the MSME Adivation some time back. Would like to link up because we are a part of a central organization. Laghu Udyog Bharti is all India organization. So we would like to link up and take up issues which are related to the center. Okay, and today the best part is there are various schemes, whether at the central level or the state level, for MSMEs which have been devised. And it's only what remains between success of those schemes is we as MSMEs actually utilizing those schemes and programs. Many times it is awareness which does not let us move forward. Sometimes it is cynicism. Like say for example, in case of some of the subsidy schemes or incentive schemes of the Goa government, at some point of time, things did not work the way they should. But today, the Directorate of Industries is fully geared up, and I therefore believe that each one of us as MSMEs should check up what are we eligible for in terms of incentives from Goa government. And the department is only too happy to support and ensure that we are in a position to get those incentives. So as we are talking about growth, so while Laghu Udyog Bharti is working with the central government too and the state government too, so we would be the link. As BNI, the Business Network International, we have about 822 MSMEs as our members. In the last 12 months, BNI focuses on business, okay, growth of business. So in the last 12 months, our members have generated 351 crores only among themselves. I'm not talking about the turnover that they have done beyond BNI. So today, if we look at it, whether it is from the government side, whether it is from the various organization side, I think we have a ecosystem which is conducive to the growth of MSMEs. I would request each and every entrepreneur to utilize this so that you can grow, scale, and no more remain micro or small, but get into medium and large. Today's theme is MSMEs or large companies who would definitely go to take a step forward in order to check up how they could possibly contribute or support this particular program that is generating jobs. I'm sure the Commission must be having a list of such persons who could be who could contribute in some way or the other, their strengths, what is that they could do, and we could check up through, I'm sure, the all of us, the associations could work and find out how each one of these, because this will have to be individually done based on what are the things that the person can do. And if we can have such list, and if we can go ahead with matchmaking, I think we would have done yeoman's service to the community. There is one suggestion I would like to offer to the ITC, madam, is just like IDC has been going on the IDC Connect, if we could have maybe a monthly or a bi-monthly meet of Directorate of Industries with the different associations, so that if there are some things that need to be brought up, those could be brought up and sorted out. I think if we can make this as on a regular basis, it would be a good thing. Similarly, we recently had a event where by EDC and now here IDC. It was wonderful to hear today Abhishek talking, because this is something which Laghudev Bharti we had suggested to have an expo. Okay, it is wonderful to see him accepting it immediately and talking about it here, because Goa Industrial Development Corporation, the word is development. Okay, and GIDC definitely needs to work on how it can, stand to its name, that is Development Corporation. Expo would definitely stand in good stead. And I do believe there is something where EDC and IDC could actually come together. Why not have maybe IDC is working on gala shades. Okay, so why not, when you are working on these gala shades, have a tie-up with EDC so that the MSMEs who are ultimately trying to get these gala shades, first of all, the gala shades need to be plug and play. That means all facilities, infrastructure available, so that the entrepreneur can just go and start his business. Now, along with that, if it joins hands with EDC, which is giving one of the best offers as far as financing is concerned. Because one of the things that happens as far as EDC's loans is concerned sometimes, because EDC is very, very proactive. The only part is the legal part of it, okay, which may take a little time. But if IDC and EDC combine together, I think even that could be sorted out, and the entrepreneurs could really have, great satisfaction in being able to start their businesses without too much of a hassle. These were some of the suggestions, and thank you, madam, for having this program in and celebrating the MSME Day. All the best to all the MSMEs here, and thank you to all those who are supporting MSMEs on a day-to-day basis. Thank you very much.
शुक्रिया सर। हमारे अगले स्पीकर के बारे में ज्यादा बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है। गोवा में पर्पल फेस्ट का आयोजन हुआ था, जिसका जिक्र हमारे माननीय पंतप्रधान मोदी जी ने भी किया था, जिसके प्रणेता थे ताहा अजीज सर। सर, आप स्टेट कमीशन फॉर पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटीज के सेक्रेटरी हैं। आपसे विनती है कि कृपया हमें मार्गदर्शन करें, प्लीज।
Good morning all. Madam Director, Directorate of Industries, Trade and Commerce, Mr. Raul D'Souza, President GCCI, Mr. Kochkar, who's the President of the GSI, Mr. Kamath, who's the Executive Director BNI, and all the dignitaries on and off the days, the audience, the persons with disabilities, the representations who are working towards the dignity of persons with disabilities, all you media personnel, everybody present here. First of all, wish you all a great World MSME Day, and let's hope that we all go ahead and create a wonderful world, a world which is inclusive, a world which is just there for all. I will not say much here because probably my role would be addressing you all ahead. So just 2-3 things immediately. Number one is I will immediately extend a hand of partnership from the Commission side to the GCCI, to the BNI, to the GSI, who is here, in order to plan effective employment of persons with disabilities, a dignified employment of persons with disabilities in the private sector. So I would really, extend this, and let's hope that we all work together very well. Number two, a suggestion, we have a lot of subsidized schemes from EDC, subsidized schemes from GIDC, from the industries to have the MSME, or to have a MSME by various people, चाहे वो incentives हो, चाहे वो interests के आपके काफी low interest rates हो. If we can have a category or more concessional rates for persons with disabilities to go ahead and, you know, have their own manufacturing industries, it will be really nice. I will also suggest that we all together, I will go into details in my session ahead. Again, we all together, I know it is possible. When I see Goa as a state, my past experience in the field of disabilities is probably more than 25 to 27 years now. I have moved all over the country and I have seen various states, I have seen various people with various mindsets. When I come back to Goa, when I see Goa, Goa has a wonderful mindset. Goa has a mindset to include people with or from any strata. It may be minority, it may be ST, SC, OBC, or it may be a person with disability. Why not we go ahead and make Goa a model state? Why not we go ahead and make Goa a model inclusive state? A state wherein there is a place for everybody. There's a place for everybody, not as a charity, not as welfare, but seeing the capacities, getting them empowered and giving them the dignity in the society what they require. So that's the theme for today, creating employment of for persons with disabilities in the private sector. I thank you to give me this opportunity and I'll meet you soon again on the podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. सराचे सेशन आफ्टर इनॉग्रल सेशन सोंपल्या उपरांत सराचे सेशन खास तुमचे खातीर आसतलें. इश्टानो, गोंयांत आतां मेरेन 32,471 MSMEची नोंदणी जाल्ली आसा, जातूंत 5,854 मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग सेक्टरांत जाल्यार 26,617 युनिट सर्व्हिस एंटरप्रायझीस सक्रीय आमच्या गोंयांत आसा, जी आमकां गोंयकारांक एक खोशयेची गजाल. आनी ह्या उद्घाटन सत्राचे निमणे सुवातेर वी हॅव विथ अस Madam Svetika Sachin, IAS, Secretary for Sports, Government of Goa, Director of Industries, Trade and Commerce, and also CEO, Goa IPV. Ma'am, I request you kindly guide us, please.
A very good morning to one and all. At the outset, let me wish all of you a very prosperous World MSME Day. And thanks all of you for taking out time from your busy schedules. I am sure that all the MSMEs have a lot of business to do. For being here, taking out time to one, celebrate this occasion here with us today and also learn. The purpose of conducting this particular event, the small workshop, number one, was to get all the stakeholders on one platform, celebrate what we have been able to achieve in the past few years together from the side of the government as well as the industry stakeholders, and talk about what way lies ahead, what we need to do more, and most importantly, the theme of today's session being employment for persons with disabilities in private sector, to call upon the MSMEs in particular and also all other industries to give back to the society. We've been talking a lot about the theme ease of doing business, which comes upon the state as a duty to provide to all the persons intending to do business in all sectors. But once that is achieved or that is in the process, it is also pertinent and equally important that we take back from the businesses industries in terms of affirmative action to the society and giving back to the society in all forms. Doing a legal business, paying your taxes, skilling for necessary skills, which is again a very important thing. I think we'll hear more about it. But also, creating a more inclusive and equal space for all the various communities in the country. At one point in time, we were focused on the employment for women both in public sector and private sector. A lot of disabilities for women existed. Even today, we are fighting for equal wages all across. There's a huge disparity still, not only in the wages sector, in the lower sectors, but also at the managerial levels. We still are struggling. We were ranked for the Sustainable Development Goals in the country also, and we still have a long way to go to have even women in managerial positions, in board of directors, in partners, and being proprietors of businesses. Persons with disability, or I may say persons with special abilities, are another such community in the society that now needs to be handheld and needs to be upskilled in the same manner as we have done for other sectors, so that they have become employable. So today we will have with us the Secretary of the Commission for Persons with Disability, Goa, and he'll be later talking to you about how can we go about that, how can we create such partnerships, and what already exists, what work has already been done in order to readily employ people. Himanshu, Abhishek, our respective dignitaries from the industry associations have talked about what the contribution of MSMEs is in the overall GDP of the country, as well as what we from the government have been doing and what other expectations that the industry has from us. Let me just talk on a few points, because most of the points have been covered for brevity. The first thing I would want to talk about will be the CGT MSE scheme that we're soon going to kind of increase the total insurance coverage for the MSME loans, collateral-free loans, up to another 10%, and that the state government has pledged a corpus of 10 crores within the next 1 month. We'll be signing that MOU, and the scheme will be rolled out through all the credit institutions. The other thing is the RAM scheme, raising and accelerating MSME performance. So everything that everybody has talked about, right from difficulty in getting access to credit, a plethora of MSME schemes existing both in states and center, and yet there is a gap in awareness or their uptake, or simply the knowledge or the facilitation required to avail those schemes. Sustainability, a very important point the President DC has raised. Sustainability, greening of MSMEs. Goa has a green vision, and how do we take that forward? Not hindering the development of industry. Very important point here is that we have to create that balance between industrial development and yet to have a environment which is livable, which is good for the society, and also converging all of these various schemes, creating facilitation centers, trying to also boost exports on the side. All of these factors will be suitably taken up through the SIP, the state plan, under the scheme which will soon be creating. We've already onboarded consultants for the same. The scheme will be jointly funded by the ministry and as well as the World Bank. And there will be a lot of funding for the same, and we are hoping that once this SIP is going to be rolled out, once the SIP is going to be approved and the fund is received, we'll be able to further handhold in whatever manner by bringing in more transparency, by creating more awareness, and creating a more facilitative environment in general for the MSMEs to thrive. Not taking much time, I would once again thank the presidents from GSI, Laghu Udyog Bharati, and GCCI, and the Secretary, Persons with Disability, Commission for Persons with Disability, to having graciously accepted our invitation today. And I hope this event today becomes a start where we every day, every year come together, not only to celebrate what we have achieved, but also to chalk out a path for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. उद्घाटन सत्राचे निम्न वाटो म्हळ्यार आभार प्रदर्शन. तुमचे सगळ्यांचे आभार व्यक्त करपाक हांव विनंती करता. जॉयस डिसूजा मॅडम त्याच्या घेऊन आभार व्यक्त करू शकता प्लीज.
Good morning all. On behalf of Directorate of Industry, Trade and Commerce, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to all present over here for this World Day program with the theme employment for persons with disability in private sector. I thank Chief Guest Madam Swatika Sachin, IAS Officer, Director of Industry, Trade and Commerce. I thank Shri Pravimal Abhishek, IAS Officer, Managing Director of Goa Industrial Development Corporation. I thank special guest Sri Taha Hasik, Secretary, State Commission for Persons with Disabilities, for giving us his valuable time. I thank guest of honor Sri Damodar Putkar, President of Goa State Industries Association. I thank Sri Raj D'Souza, President of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I thank guest of honor Sri Rajkumar Kamar, President of Raghu Udyog Bharati. I thank all the MSMEs and entrepreneurs and industrials participated in the program to make it successful. I also thank Industries Association, that is GSIA, CII, GCCI, WTC. I thank EDC for providing this hall with service, all the services. I thank our officers, Shri Himanshu Patnikar, Deputy Director of Industries, and Shri Prashant Kamal, Functional Manager, for taking this initiative to make this function successful, and all our DITC staff. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Judge D'Souza. उद्घाटन सत्र सोपता हाच्या उपरांत